today for math, we are doing Worktext page 59 and 60, and then for homework tonight, you're going to do math reviews, page 57, 58. We are learning 2 new types of charts. We've already done the tally chart, and today we are going to learn what's called a bar graph. Are your eyes up here? Put your pencils down, please. Bar graph and a line plot. Okay? So let's look first of all at the bar graph. Bar graph, on this one you see the bars going up, measuring different trees that are in, cypress trees that are in this forest. Okay? And so on this side you see the numbers. So this first tree, you know it is 2,000 years old. The second tree, you follow the bar graph up and you see that it is 1,000 years old. Eyes up here, please. The third tree is 2,000, just like the first one. The next tree is the oldest tree, and it is 3,500 years old. The next tree is 2,500 years old, and follow this bar graph up. The youngest tree, just like this one, they are both the same, is 1,000 again. Alright? Bar graphs don't have to go up, they can also go across. Alright, so you could have the numbers on the bottom and then the bar would go across as far as it needs to. Alright, the one we do today, we are going to go up because the numbers are on the side just like they are on this one, and you will be going up. Alright, for the line plot, these X's represent the number of tickets sold. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The numbers represent the number of tickets sold. Alright? The number of tickets sold is across the bottom, and so this is how many people bought 1 ticket. This is how many people bought 2 tickets. This is how many people bought 3 tickets, etc. Alright? So the numbers across the bottom are the number of tickets sold. 1 ticket, 2 tickets. So the most that anybody bought was 10 tickets. And nobody bought 9 tickets. Okay? So that's what they would mean by having no X's above it. Nobody bought 9 tickets. We are going to do both these kind, and we are going to use your birthdays. That's what we're going to use, your birthdays. Alright? So, I'm going to grab my little book that I wrote your birthdays down in, just in case I have somebody that doesn't know their birthday. In case somebody doesn't know their birthday, we have it. So we're going to start by doing tallies. Okay, so we're going to make tally marks. We're going to make tally marks up at the top for number 1. So let's start with January. Stand up if you have a January birthday. Alright, so we have 2. So beside January, up in that yellow box, we're just going to make 2 tally marks. Alright, are you with me? Alright, of course, the very next month is February. So stand up if you have a birthday in February. Okay, again, we have 2. So by February, put 2 tally marks. Thank you. Alright, March. Alright, we only have 1. So put 1 tally mark by March. Alright, so second column, starting with April. Alright, and for April, we have 1 again. So put 1 more tally mark. Alright, what about May? Alright, I'm standing. I'll be included in this. So go ahead and put 1 for May. have no July birthdays, so we will put nothing there. And when we do the line plot, that will be one of the times when we don't put any X's above that. All right, what about August? Okay, so 1 again, so go to August and put 1 tally mark. September. All right, now we get to put 3 tally marks. 3 tally marks for September. October. And again, we get 3 tally marks for October. And then our big month is November. November. November, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so you get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and start at the top of the first one and go to the bottom of the fourth one to make 5 tally marks. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, we need to make one more. That's Sammy's birthday month.
Yep.
So Sammy, we'll make 6 tally marks. So after you've done the 5, remember guys, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6 would stand alone like that. So Sammy's birthday is in December, so we will add her to it too. November. So 6 tally marks for November. December. And 1 again. All right. Now that we've turned them into tallies, now we're going to do the line plot. All right. So remember, this was the line plot. And across the bottom of yours, it doesn't have numbers. What does it have?
X's.
X's. All right, so we're going to number 2. Does everybody see number 2?
Yep.
So above where it says January, let's say this was January. You guys on your paper, please don't go with bar graph. This is the line plot. So this is at number 2. Does everybody see number 2? Now see your paper just a second. Everybody please look. We are not here in this box. We are here at this line. See this line? It has all the months going across at number 2. See it says number 2. And we're going to go to each month and we're going to put X's going up. So for every birthday that we had that month, we're going to put an X. All right, so you guys see a January and it has a little line right above it? So right above that little line, how many birthdays were in January?
2.
Okay, I'm hearing people say 1. I'm hearing people say 2. Look at your tally chart. What did you put by January?
2.
Then you should put 2 X's. Put 1 and put 1 right above it. Just like it would look like this. Number 7. See how number 7 has 2 X's above it?
Yes.
So you need to make the X's go up in a nice straight line. So 2 X's should be above January. All right, how many birthdays were in February? What many times were it? 2 again. So February, you're still going to put 2 X's above February. What about March?
1.
So just put 1 X above March. And do not look ahead of me, please. April.
1.
So put 1 X above April. May.
1.
1 again. June. 1 X again. July.
9.
9. So do not put any X's above July. August.
1.
1 X above August. September.
3.
So above September, you're going to put 3 X's. So it would look like this one right here. Number 6, where they have 3 X's going straight up above it. Okay? This one right here, where they have 1, 2, 3 X's going straight up above it. But you're doing it above, which month? September. What about October? 3 again. So 2 in a row that look the same again. And then we come to our big month, November. How many X's? 6. And that would be, I don't even think I have one that has 6. I have one that has 7. Oh, the first one does. The first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So it'll look like that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but it will be above November. And that brings us to the last one, December 1. All right, now we are going to make the bar graph. And our bar graph is going to be like this bar graph with the bars going up. They won't be going across, they're going to be going up because you look at the bottom of that, you see that it has the months across the bottom, right? So this time we're going to use, and I want you to use different colors for each month. I don't care which color, but I want it to be colorful like we did last time when we did this. So start with January. How many of those little boxes do you need to color in for January?
2.
2. So so above January, no, do not get all your colors out now, just get out one. And color January. 2 of those boxes for January to represent the 2 people that have January birthdays. And then you can switch colors and do 2 for February, because we have 2 people for February. Yes?
Can you color the one like right there?
You've done it right so far, now you need to do February, because I've already said 1 color 2 for February. I've already said that. Alright, for those of you that have already colored the February ones, how many are you supposed to color for March?
1.
Just 1. So switch your color out again and go to March and just color 1. And April was 1, and May was 1, and June was 1. For the next few months, you're just gonna color 1. And you can keep switching out the color each month. How many are you gonna color when you get to July? 9, 0. There were no birthdays in July, so you're gonna skip July. Am I going too fast for somebody? Okay. All right, I'll slow down. Just do not forget to skip July and then just hang loose until we get caught up. Except, Jonathan, did you say yes, I was going too fast for you? No? Okay, please stop looking ahead. Thank you. Yes, ma'am? I don't care if you do understand it. I'm tired of having to mark things wrong in your paper because you thought you knew what you were doing, but you didn't. And maybe you do know what you're doing this time. But you are missing too many things because you keep thinking you do know what you're doing and you don't. Or maybe you're just trying to do it too fast, and so you're making careless mistakes. I don't know which one it is, but please stay with me, okay? Yes, ma'am? Okay. Are we ready now? Did everybody skip July?
Yep.
How many are going to color in August?
1.
Only 1. And what about September?
3.
For September, you need to color 3 boxes going up. That's the most you've had to color so far. All 3 boxes should be the same color. You're only changing colors between months. And by the way, do you have to change colors between months? No, you could have done the whole thing one color. I just think it's more fun and colorful to be able to switch up colors. All right, what about October? 3 again. Same number you just did. September and October would be the same height. So you did 3 for both. And I don't think you did 3. Yes, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. 3 boxes. You want to color 2 like you did way back up there. You need 3. Hold your paper still. Put your foot down. Hold your paper still so it's not wiggling around while you are doing it. It's hard to draw neatly or color neatly when your paper is wiggling under your hand. As your hand's wiggling to color and your paper is wiggling. Alright, 3 for September, 3 for October, that brings us to November. That was our big month. How many boxes did you color for November? 6. Do you guys even have 6?
Yes, that's the maximum.
Ah, that's the maximum. What if we had 7 birthdays? We wouldn't have been able to even color them all, would we? Yep, and then once you colored all the way to the top for November, because that's how many squares they gave you, then you go to December and you just color 1. And then I want you to just go ahead and put your Yes.
The number of birthdays.
All right, the birthdays of who?
People.
People where? What people?
In our classes.
Class birthdays. So that's what you're gonna say. You're gonna say class birthdays. So what we were collecting was class birthdays. That's the data we were collecting. Class birthdays. Alright, and then they asked which month has the most birthdays. November. Now I want you to write the whole word, November. I believe almost every time they had written it, they had abbreviated it. But you are going to write it, the whole word, November. The next question they ask is from the tally chart or the line plot, where you put the X's, or the bar graph, can you determine whose birthday is in each month?
No, you skipped them.
Or did I skip one? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, how many students have birthdays in June? One. So just put a number 1. Alright, I did not mean to skip that one. Now number 7, can you determine, by what we did, whose birthdays is in each month?
No.
So circle no, and then they want to know why.
Because
it
doesn't say the name.
The data does not give names. So the data, and you can look at number 1 for that word data. No, not question number 1, on question number 4. It is the first question we answered, but it's number 4. At number 4, they have the word data. The data does not give names. I'm not going to write that, but I'm going to show you how to spell the word does. Guys, this is the word does. D-O-E-S. Does. The data does not give names. The word data you can copy from number 4. And that is how you spell does. D-O-E-S. So just write, the data does not give names. So some of you might remember whose birthday was in which month because we had you stand up. Alright? Can you determine how many students are in your class?
Yes.
Yes. Although you have to remember that my birthday was included too. But then if you subtracted me, you'd still know how many students are in the class. Alright. And the reason for that? Why?
Just count them.
Yes, because every student's birthday was recorded, is what you need to say. All birthdays were recorded. All birthdays were recorded. Do I need to write recorded on the board?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna erase some of the stuff that I've already put. Alright, I'm gonna write it for the people that said yes. If you don't need it, you don't need to use it. Recorded. Birthdays you can copy from where it's already there. All birthdays were recorded. Even the teachers. So you have to remember to subtract one from that. Alright, as soon as you've written all birthdays were recorded, turn your paper over. And the first thing you're going to see on the back of your paper is a line plot. Okay? Now, every time you see a line plot, you need to notice what your paper says the bottom row is. Alright? So let's read the purple box together. It says, Mr. Olson's 3rd grade class made a line plot to show the number of books each student read. Each X represents one student. So the X's, are the X's the books? No. The X's are the students. The books are the numbers going across. So when you see number 1, that means one book was read. So if you look above the number 1, how many students read only one book? One, because there's one X. Does everybody understand that? Then you go to number 2. That number 2 that they put there means 2 books read. So how many students read 2 books? 3, because there's 3 X's above that. How many students read 3 books? 2, because there's 2 X's above 3 books. How many students read 4 books? 9, because there's no X's above the 4 books. Go to number 5. How many students read 5 books? 5, because there's 5 X's to represent 5 students reading 5 books. How many students read 6 books?
2.
2, because there's 2 X's above that. How many students read 7?
1.
1. And how many students read 8 books?
2.
All right, do you see how this works now? So the X's are not the books. The X's are the students that read that many books. Are you guys ready now? So the first question is, number 1, how many students read 5 books?
5.
5. Because above the number 5, there were 5 X's. So you need to write 5 students. Please write the word students too, not just 5. 5 students. And please stop playing with your pencil. Did you write 5 students? No, you didn't, because you're daydreaming and playing with your pencil. I said to please write 5 students. The word students is right there to copy. All right, number 2, what was the greatest number of books read by a student? 8. Why are you saying 5? Who said that? That's how many students read that many books. What's the greatest number? Where it says number of books, what's the greatest number? 8. Somebody said 5, I heard them. 5 is students, not books. The numbers going across the bottom are the books. So what's the greatest number of books? 8. Please write 8 books. Across the bottom, that's the number of books. Those ordinal numbers, 1, 2, not ordinal, sorry. Just Arabic numerals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the number of books. And 8 is the biggest number they give you, 8 books. How many students read fewer than 4 books? 6. So how'd you figure that out?
I counted it.
All right, so you can't do 4. Well, 4 is 0 anyway. So you look at the number 3 and you see 2 people. You look at number 2 and you see 3 people. And you look at number 1 and you see 1 person. You count all those up and that is 6 people. 6 people read less than 4. So you have to count the 3, the 2, and the 1 to find out how many people read less than 4, right? Because isn't 3 less than 4? Isn't 2 less than 4? And isn't 1 less than 4?
Yes.
All right, so any number that was below the 4, you have to count how many X's are above it.
Students or people?
Students. You say students, I'm sorry. Say students. Because they're asking how many students. The last question for this is how many students in Mr. Olson's class read books? How are we going to do that one?
Just count all of them.
Count all the X's. So count all the X's to see how many students read books. All right, what'd you get? Owen? 16. So put 16 students. When you count all the X's, you should have got 16 students. All right, the next one we're going to do is a bar graph. So look on the other side of your paper and you see a bar graph. And for this bar graph, we have players. The players are Aaron, Brad, Joel, and Lucas. And on the side, the number of baskets they made. And notice they counted by ones, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so who made only 3 baskets? Brad. So write Brad's name. Brad has 3 boxes colored for him. So Brad is the one that made 3 baskets. All right, then who made the most baskets?
Lucas.
Because his bar graph went the highest, didn't it? So write Lucas's name. Owen, hold your paper still with your hand so that it won't move around while you're writing. How many baskets did Aaron and Lucas make altogether? We have to write an equation here. So Lucas was what?
5.
And Aaron was?
4.
So you're going to write 5 plus 4 equals 9. 9 what? Baskets. 5 plus 4 equals 9. I do want to see the equation you use for that. Because again, like I've told you in the past, if you don't show me the work, I can't give you partial credit. But let's say by mistake you picked the wrong person and you added the wrong 2 people, but you still came up with the right answer for what you added. I could give you partial credit for adding the numbers you did add correctly.
You can just write it across, right?
Yeah, you can just write it across because it's simple arithmetic. Last of all, can you determine how many times each player attempted to make a basket?
No.
No.
Because it only says how many times
Yeah.
they succeeded.
It only says baskets were counted. Only baskets counted were recorded. Alright? Because do you make a basket every time you try? No. And they did not record the attempts. They recorded baskets made. Alright, the next thing you have there on your paper is just a greater than, less than, or equal to. There is a couple of them that you need to do. Standard form for the expanded form. Tonight's homework is the same thing that we did today, except they've already done the tallies for you. It's favorite ice cream flavors. Look up here for just a second, please. It's already recorded with tally marks for favorite ice cream flavors. Then they want you to do a bar graph, and they've already, no, this is a different line plot. It's not favorite ice creams, but these two go together. This tally and this bar graph go together. And then down here it's a line plot, and here's the story for it. It's about Mr. Zion's class, and this is number of siblings, all right? So this 0 siblings means they're an only child, right? If you don't have any siblings, aren't you an only child? So there's 2 X's above that, so that means 2 people don't have siblings, all right? So across the bottom, that's number of siblings. X is going up. That's how many students had that many siblings. You guys understand that? All right. You may go ahead and finish up your paper.